Howdy and aloha. Welcome to my life heart. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk. Howdy and aloha, everyone. It's James with Monotalk. Got the eighth YouTube channel running. So if you're not catching me on number 7, it's because I had a community guideline violation. I don't even know what it is. They can pick my shit apart. I'm an influence operator, according to the FBI and all these other people. Anyway, welcome. So I sent out some invites. Maybe some people will stop by. I'm not sure. But if not, I got some stuff to show you, which I thought is really interesting. And again, I want to emphasize this. How do you tell who's telling the truth? The ones trying to silence other people are the ones lying. That's true. So we know that. That's happening continuously on YouTube. That's their motto: silence the people that are telling the truth. Right? And then there's another motto here that I put up recently called the Democrats, right? Their party should be called the Pot Calling the Kettle Black Party. Right? They're always pointing the finger. Oh, they did that, and he's doing this, and they're doing this, and he's doing that, and she's doing this, and he's doing. When it should be here, it should be on them, and we all know that. Most of us that are paying attention know it. It's pretty sad. Yeah, there's really something wrong with these people. I mean, they're diligent. I will give them that. They're diligent. They're relentless. They just keep throwing out the narrative. People They keep throwing out the orange man bad thing continuously. It's nonstop, and it works. People, there's been interviews of people on the streets. Obvious, not, a lot of these things are staged, and I pick through them to see if I can tell possibly that it's a sincere response. And we've got a few people that will be asked, so what do you hate about Trump? Well, he's, well, what has he done to you? I mean, what has he done? I mean, can you give me 3 things that that you can prove that he's done? No, I can't. Fuck you. You're just, you're a Nazi, all this other crap. They just start calling you names. You're an asshole, stuff like that. It's amazing. It's just literally, completely, unequivocally amazing to watch the craziness that's just stacking up on a continual basis. Lunacy beyond... I just have never seen such blatant lunacy. And it's all easily recognizable. You can see the psychosis. You can see the synapses just not connecting, in there. It's pretty revealing, in my opinion, on what we're dealing with out there. There's just a lot of people that just don't, okay. And I have to always step back, and that's what I always do. Is, because there's that little picture they want you to stay focused on. Here it is, that little picture. On this little device, just keep looking at that picture, but step back. See the whole picture. What else is included? What all is in there? You gotta like for example, the background. Look, I got a towel hanging. That's my towel I always use. I watch it periodically. Got my AR-10, which is called the Beast. There's my 10 or 12-inch knife just under my. No, that's a knife. Underneath my Iron Man guy. My Iron Man a little figure, and then the big screen monitor. Right. I saw. It was funny. I saw a meme. Liberal Hive Mind does great work. I probably should show it to you. The meme was a picture of a television system set back in the 60s, 70s, part of the 80s, and maybe a little bit of the 90s, where they had these consoles, and these consoles you'll have a 19-inch television, maybe a little bigger. Nobody really had anything bigger than 19 inches back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, right? Anyway, but with it, there was a bar in it. There was a 33 or 15, a 45 and a 33 album. There's the 45 album, there's the 33 album, record player inside of it. This thing was huge. It probably weighed like 250, 300 pounds. And most people in retro America had this freaking gigantic television in their homes. And the meme was, they didn't do too much, what do they call that now? Mob grabbing or mob stealing. All these people go in and they start grabbing things, and they're walking out with these monitors and all this other stuff that that weigh maybe 25, 30 pounds, right? Maybe 40 at the max. These they're just running out of the store with these things. It's a good luck trying to carry one of these fucking things. That's basically what the meme said. It was just good luck trying to carry a fucking a Sony ultra color whatever unit system that's 4 feet by 2 feet by, I don't know, 3.5 feet is this giant oak console system, with a bar and a freaking record player and radio and all this other stuff that was in these things. Yeah, good luck carrying that out, bro. Yeah, it's just getting really nutty out there. We're seeing just the most craziest shit. Let me jump over here into the boob tube. Yeah, by the way, Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson spent some time together talking about all the craziness out there. But the real craziness is I'm getting to, and I'm that's pretty much my point. Is every accusation she makes is a confession. And the point that Jimmy Dore had in his show, which I watch Jimmy, he's awesome. Everything they're saying that Trump is doing or that the Republicans are doing, they're doing it. They're doing it. They are, the pot calling the kettle black party. They are the pot calling the kettle black party. These demon guys, they're fucking crazy. I mean, they're saying he's dictator and all this other stuff, whereas everything that Biden's been doing recently, all his executive orders, just fuck. It's just so clear as day. He is their puppet, the World Economic Forum, ETAL's puppet. And their dictator. They're one of their puppet dictators. Now, there's a bunch of them out there that they have. And it's just so apparent. It's just so blatant. Right? And then you just have some of the nuttiest fucking shit. And we watched recently, um, and I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna just show you this real quick because I think it's important that people kind of realize um, Riley Gaines. Now, Riley Gaines isn't a seasoned lawyer or a politician in any way. She's, I don't know, 21, 22 years old, and she's fighting for women and their rights. And many women are standing up with her and starting to understand that no, we've been fighting to have our own sports and our own things and get our own things going for a long time. We don't need, men dressed up in dresses to take our place when they've already have been taking our place. All right. There's another meme that reminds me of this other meme. I should have these memes ready. But this is a good. You know what? Hopefully, let me try to find it because it was fucking hilarious. Hopefully, it's weird. So I post stuff on my Facebook that I believe is getting posted to my Facebook, and then all of a sudden, it's not there. Like it just seems like they're throttling me. But here's a good one right here. You gotta worry. This is one of my favorites right here. All right, here it is. Here it is. If I get something good, I'm going to put the WEF.org on it. But this is a good one. Testicular injuries in women's sports has gone up since 2020. Like, a lot. Fucking A. You want to laugh at it. But it's, as I said, it's all implanted. It's all implanted. I brought up the point of back in 2020, 2016, back in 2016, the World Economic Forum introduced, and they brought in their implanted Kelly Robinson to introduce the plus after the LGBTQ, which I have no problem. I my nephew's gay, and I shouldn't have to fucking say that shit. But if it helps my case, right? World Economic Forum at their Davos meeting in 2016 brought in her, and they started saying, well, let's start including, some strength, child affirming care, and let's incorporate the CEI, which is what they brought in, which is a corporate equality index, and then it's just been gaining ground ever since, and all the corporations are doing it. But it's a polarizing position. It's a divide and conquer tactic. People are falling for it. Everybody's hating on everybody else, right? They brought it in to do exactly what it's doing. To cause chaos, confusion. It helps with distractions, right? While these people at the World Economic Forum and their associates continue to destroy countries, the planet, the world, depopulate, stuff like that. And they're doing a good job. I mean, my hat's off to them. Well, it's still on, but I'm not going to take it out. These people are fucking relentless. And nothing's changing. And from my opinion, I think they're still winning. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody is really standing up and saying, "Oh no, I don't really think that." I don't really think that. Wait, where am I? Am I here? Oh, wait. Let me put me in here. All right. I don't think these people have our best interests at heart. Right? I really don't think they do. I think it's bullshit. I think they're just trying to make money. I think they're trying to depopulate. Like I said, if you pan back and you look at everything, right, you can see, I got my punching bag in the back because I like ripping on that once, maybe twice a week, or once every couple of weeks. Playing around with the piano a little bit. I still suck at it, but I'm learning a few things because I sing a little bit. And then, there's more to the story here. There's another room, there's another kitchen, there's an outside. You got to really pan back, like Google Earth everything. Right? Like to get back and just take a big picture of everything that's happening. And then whatever you're focused on, could be the things they want you to be focused on. So you got to look in other directions. I watch MSNBC, I watch Fox, I watch CNN, I watch The Hill, I read little articles from New York Times, LA Times, the Register, Orange County Register in California. I'll watch the Huffington Post, Washington Post, whatever comes out. I'm going to take a look at it and see what their perspective is and what's going on, and Associated Press and PBS, and just whatever I can to get as much information as possible to make a decision, to make a calculated, critical thinking. I think critical thinking is kind of overused. It's more just common sense. Like my grandfather once said, he used to say, there's three sides to every story. There's that person's side and that person's side, and then there's the perspective of the truth, not the truth. I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, were you there when that happened? No, but I'm just getting a story from them and a story from the other person. Well, you weren't there, so you're going to assess what you're getting, and it's up to you as the judge and jury, in a sense, to decipher what you believe is relative or is pertinent or is will help you come to the right conclusion or the right verdict, right? And that's why we have laws, and that's why we have a courtroom. And that's why you eat pineapple. Such a wine, it's crazy. But here again, what does the Corporate Equality Index and the World Economic Forum have in common with Kelly Robinson and Alfonso David? Well, Alfonso David was kind of booted, but he was running the show for the Human Rights Corporate. Anyway, for the Human Rights Committee, I think it was. As I've said, trans, pedo grooming, divisive narrative, depopulation are not organic or an accident. They want this to happen. They want people fighting against each other. So the rest of this article, I can give it to you. I probably have a picture in here somewhere showing that information. But it shows that she went out there. She said they're going to do a little more. They want to, and they started going after the kids. It didn't happen, though, when Trump was in office. They laid back. They go, let's wait until we get Trump out, and then we can use the puppet Biden, and he'll just do whatever we tell him to do, because he's just a criminal, basically. And we got so much dirt on him anyway that he'll do whatever we say. That's it. That's pretty much it. So they brought it out. They put the flags up. They got the pride flags with the new pride flag. Right? I don't really agree with. It's interesting because I got one hanging. I have the American flag in front of my place. There's a guy upstairs. Bless his heart. He's young. He just doesn't understand what's going on, but hopefully he does. And he's just young. And a lot of people that kind of don't get it. But he's being manipulated and he doesn't know it. A lot of us are being manipulated. We don't even know it. I'm not a person to say that I've never been fooled, because I have been fooled. I was a Democrat. I was a Republican. I was a Green Party. I was a Libertarian. I was an independent. I've been in different places, different times. But more recently, especially when 2020 came, something happened where I said, you know what? I know you call legislators and Congress people and you ask their interns, what's this position? Because I'll call. Last call I made was like a month ago. And I make one every month or two. I'll make a call to whoever my congressman is or something. I'll talk to the intern. You're not going to talk to the congressman. And they have a ring binder, and they look and they answer questions. And I go, okay, just forget the book. I know the process of what they do. I just tell them, I said, so what is your take on it? I mean, you know, and I asked them, how do you feel about this? How does that? Do you think that's fair? You know, and they, and I mean, I think it's important. I mean, I want to know who I'm talking to because you work for this guy, right? Some will answer the question and some will not. But it's the way you ask the question. You're going to go, look, I'm just trying to get an opinion from you on your guys' end. So obviously you believe what your boss is telling you, who is obviously this congressperson, right? So let me know what's going on. You know, and then you look up their voting record, you find out what they've done in the past, you know, you kind of sift and vet and sift and rake through all their crap and find out, you know, whatever you can to make a decision on how you want to vote for them or what you want to say, how you want to put it. Oh, darn it, I got to put that in the Free Julian Assange. I think I put it in there. No, I got to put it in there in my show notes. But all this stuff that you're seeing, the craziness. I mean, tell me this isn't crazy when you watch this one. This is a good one. Where is it? Now, Riley Gaines, just amazing. I want to get back to that before I kind of move on. This woman is just stronger than a fucking, a tiger shark. She is, I'm going to call her the tiger shark. Tigress the tiger shark, because she's a swimmer, right? But she's just amazing. She's going through all this crap, all this bullshit, you know, to help to really and absolutely defend women's rights and keep men out of the fucking off their fucking playing field, right? And here's a good reason right here. I'll say.
Frenzies for Rebel News.
Watch this. You're gonna love this one.
Mr. Cepeda, are you a sexual pervert? It has nothing to do with you. Why are you telling us to leave?
Because you can't take film in here.
You cannot. We see. Look, there's people right there in the front row recording. Look at that woman in the corner.
I don't see anybody recording.
What are you talking about?
What? You hear what he said?
There in the front row recording. Look at that woman in the corner.
I don't see anybody recording.
Is that crazy? So you have to question these people. Just that response alone. You know, this guy's he's in a swimming pool. He's recording. He's obviously they've got. I mean, let's listen to the whole thing, and I'll kind of tell you what's going on. This is fucking lunacy. Lunacy. It's horrific lunacy. It's heinous lunacy. Anyway, here
Talking about. There is a 50-year-old male that has invaded the change room and showers of 13-year-old girls. The 50-year-old man changing with 13-year-old girls. Do you have a record of sexual perversion?
Protect me from these people.
Protect us from what? Perversion?
Protect me from these people.
Protect who? This man is fucking is in a girls' locker room. You guys are okay with that? I fucking am definitely not. That's pushing it. That's what this is about. That's what they're saying. They want to open it up. Right? Have you guys heard about Gays Against Groomers? Has anybody heard about Gays Against Groomers? Wonderful group. Look, I don't have to explain that, but they're fighting against it. All this nonsense. They're like, no, that's not us. We don't do that shit. You know, we keep to ourselves. We don't go after children. We don't groom children. We don't walk into fucking. We don't dress as, you know, in thongs and go into girls' bathing rooms or whatever the fuck. No, they don't do that. But this shit, this is instigated. This was created, and it's terrible. It's just, it's nuts. You know, so Riley Gaines, in my opinion, is a fucking true champion, true hero. She definitely deserves her cases to be one. Oh, we're going to find all this stuff. You know, once these people start figuring this stuff out, and I keep telling everybody, it's all implanted. It's not organic. This is what they want to do, right? It benefits big pharma. You have to take a ton of medications because you need help because you're not thinking right. So you're going to give you medications, and then once you, sadly, if it happens, and unfortunately if a parent allows it, once a child goes to the hospital, that's money too. That's a big surgery, right? None of them came out 100% or any. They've always had massive problems, and it doesn't work. It's a very, very, I don't want to think about it. It's just disgusting, right? And it's just crazy. It just fucking makes no sense. And I get it. You feeling this, but the people that are jumping into this are fucking predators. They're you think that old man, that's going into that shower with those 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever girls, what do you think's on his laptop? Does anybody want to find out? Somebody better go check. I will guarantee there's fucking child porn on there. I guarantee fucking it. All these, it's just this whole agenda has just opened up the asylum. And all these sick, crazy perverts are just coming out of from underneath the dark rocks of sludge that they've come from. And they're okaying it. Oh, that's okay. Bring him to the White House. Right? Fuck. Yeah. Kevin Mulvaney / Dylan, or whatever her name. Dylan Mulvaney is a fucking actress. Actor. Oh, got carried. It's fucking nuts. I'm just saying, Riley Gaines is awesome. All right, we got, I think Carrie just showed up. I hope that she's got her system on. It's been a while, so we might have to help her with her stuff. Hello, Carrie. It's been a while. Good seeing you.
It's so long.
I know, it's been a while. Aloha. Welcome.
Aloha to you
And
too.
mahalo.
Mahalo. Wow. I mean, I haven't seen you in so.
Yeah, it's good to
I
see
can't
you.
believe it.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
How are things going? How
good,
are you?
Good. Missouri's awesome. It's a red state. That's all I have to
Well,
say. Yeah.
I'm down here in Tennessee.
Yeah, you're in a pretty safe state as well. You got some good
Well,
fighters
I'll
out there.
tell you what. Yeah.
Kind of. Well, I mean, it's not perfect everywhere, but I mean, there are these.
No, but you're not going to be wearing no rainbow flag coming down into Tennessee.
No.
Yeah. People are not going to get into that.
No.
Yeah.
Now, this is nuts. I don't know if you were watching, but you know who Riley Gaines is, right?
Who is it?
Riley Gaines.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Who is that?
So Riley Gaines is an actual female college athlete, NCAA, Division I. She's probably one of the best, like borderline Olympics. Should go to the Olympics. And this guy William, I forgot his last name, but his first name is William. Anyway, he comes in and the NCAA allows him to swim. He's 6'1", big wingspan, tall, and just blows the doors off of these girls in this woman's fucking suit. A man. And they allow it to happen. And then during the ceremony, I guess they tied or something like that. They tied in one of their races. So instead of giving them both a trophy. They just gave it to him.
How are they allowing this?
No, it's just
I know, but I don't. I don't understand why
There's money. It's
someone
called,
hasn't stopped this. I mean, it it really makes no sense. I mean,
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's really insane. It's like I don't pay much attention to it, frankly.
Yeah.
Because
but there's an agenda behind it. Because
of
it's
course,
called.
I mean, how obvious could you get?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand how a lot of people haven't stood up and booed in the stands, and
that's the thing that trips me out.
I don't get that.
I was just showing a video of a 52-year-old man at a swim center going into the girls' bathroom and changing. Because he claims he's a woman. He's not even doesn't even have long hair. He doesn't even have makeup on. He's just, I'm a woman and I'm going in.
Well, I here's the thing. Now, if people don't have sense enough to stand up,
that's the thing.
Why don't the people who know it's a scam, why aren't they walking out on this? Just, you know what? Everybody walks out. Let that guy who thinks he's a woman, let him swim all by himself.
Well, he should be arrested. He should be arrested, in my opinion.
Well, but you know what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah, of course.
Just let him have it. And so let the insanity really show, because the normal people aren't supporting it. Why are people even supporting it at all?
I
can't.
If you didn't, I know. I revealed this back in 2021. In 2016, at the World Economic Forum Davos meeting, Kelly Robinson, who was implanted over this guy Alfonso, she's lesbian, he's gay, with the human rights group, right? Human rights committee group. So she goes to this Davos summit meeting, their big World Economic meetings, and she implements the plus sign after LGBTQ, which means all kinds of fucking nutty shit, right? Now here's the thing, and she incorporates, and they bring up corporate equality index, and corporate equality index is also backed by BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Fidelity, some of the most powerful companies in the world, corporate giants,
financial holding companies.
That's it, exactly. I was trying to find that word, those words. So they're backing all this. So the reason why a lot of these colleges are doing it, because money's flowing in to do it. I'll read the reason why companies are doing it, because if you don't, you're not going to get money, you're not going to get investments. The portfolio of investment will change. They won't offer you. There's a none of this is organic. This was all implemented, and I'm going to give you the reasons why, just so you know. 1, big pharma makes money off the drugs that these kids got to take. 2, big hospital makes a bunch of money. 3, big psychology is a very big industry. 4, 2 dicks trying to touch each other, or 2, vaginas going at it, is not going to make kids, so it helps their depopulation agenda. And most of all, divide and conquer. Let's keep people pissed off at each other. Let's keep the confusion going. Let's keep the chaos going. Let's also make sure that the biggest thing is that they're confused. That's their goal. Mainstream media. All this is just a big mechanism to pretty much destroy society, and there's more to it, but that's basically what's happened.
Well, it's destroyed it for me. I mean, I don't even I don't watch this stuff. I don't listen to it, and all I can say is that people really have to just decide they're not going to participate. I mean, I don't see any other way. I mean, there are things I just don't participate in. I don't watch it. I don't view it. I mean, I mean, not that I couldn't support women's sports. Of course, I'm not of an age anymore
Yeah,
that it
but you
would
don't
be.
support men in women's sports.
Oh no,
Right.
of
Yeah,
course
yeah,
not.
yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
but you do support women's sports, of course.
Yeah,
I do
well, of
totally.
course,
Yeah,
but given my age, I'm aged out of that kind of competitive sports.
yeah.
You know, it's not. How can I say it? It's only interesting now because of the men having having usurped or really we should say that the corporations, the intelligence services,
Yeah.
and people working, it's not even about men anymore. I don't know what it's about.
It's
But
about that. I just said what it was about. It's about
people
good
just
money.
have to
I just
people
said.
have to just stop looking at it. Don't.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's sad that these women train, and these athletes train hard. They train long, they train hard.
Yeah.
It's sad, but I think they're going to have to make a decision that they're not going to participate. Let the men who think they're women do it, and then nobody else shows up,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the people who support these women, these are their brothers, their dads, their moms, their uncles. You wholesale, the whole family. Nobody shows up.
Yeah.
No one shows up. Just let that man, woman,
I believe
let
I'm
him
with you.
swim.
Yeah, let him swim by himself.
Let him wrestle. Let him play tennis, whatever it is. But we're going to have to stop supporting it wholesale.
Well, like I said, it's when you have this kind of influence from these large corporations that are causing this divide and conquer and these agendas. This is all part of a giant agenda. So so I say, and I've been pushing for this since early 2020, is we need to label the World Economic Forum, the Council on Foreign Relations, just all these intertwining entities out there as terrorist groups. They've been involved.
They really are.
Yeah, and they create all this craziness. It goes through. I treat the World Economic Forum like an Amway seminar, right? That's all it is. It's like Amway, but it's a very big and powerful multi-level marketing business. So they have a lot of money backing them, and their goal is to make sure that they can one day, and all these people that are in this society, it's a cult kind of in a sense, right, are all part of this club. And the biggest problem that people don't realize, that a lot of people don't realize, is they're a bunch of fucking sick, they're sickos. Remember when JJ used to come on here, the guy from Poland? I think you were on.
Where is he? Have you seen
I
him?
haven't got in touch with him. What happened was my old cell phone, it sucks because my old cell, because he left Twitter and he left fucking Facebook. He was done with it. I remember when he did it. But Jimmy, if you want to talk to me, you can just text me. But I changed my phone, and the other phone I have, I can't find. But anyway, he used to say that, and I remember, and we agreed on this because I knew I've spent time in Bel Air, in Beverly Hills, in Newport Coast, in these giant parties. These rich people that are above, like, they're not in the millionaires, they're like billionaires and above. I've met a few of these people. They're fucking loony. They are just the sickest, twisted, most craziest, sociopathic, just all kinds of just sicknesses in their minds, and they're running the world. They are running the world. And they want more people just like them to continue that process.
Well, but we have to. I mean, people, parents, parents are leaving the public schools, for instance. That's another big psyop, right?
Yeah.
And the kids aren't learning anything in school.
Nah.
They're really not. Learning your what? That's not what. I mean, most of them can't read. I mean, after 2 or 3
Seriously.
years of COVID, they've destroyed the public schools. The kids can't read. They're not going to get caught up. I mean, you can't just, somebody who was in first grade when COVID started, and then you're going to put them in the third grade. Sorry. They are 2 years, 3 years behind, and nothing's
Yeah.
going to save that. And you might as well take your kids out of school. Let's
Homeschool.
stop participating. I mean, I don't care. The corporations, that doesn't really have anything to do with our lives, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, these people think they have a lot to do with our lives. But in reality, in our day-to-day reality, all we need is Walmart for a while longer.
Right.
Walmart and Hobby Lobby, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And a
I
few
get what you're
grocery
saying. But I want, yeah, absolutely. Don't participate. Fully agree.
You just can't.
Just ignore
I mean,
the fucking craziness.
I don't know why people are still. I think it's because of the convenience, right? Yeah, I mean, you can still drop your kids off and go to work, and everybody has to work. Mom, dad, everybody.
Yeah. It
Right?
used to be that way, but yeah.
I mean, now everybody has to work, so it's like, well, thank God that you can drop your kids off at school, but that day is just coming to an end.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just coming to an end. You're going to have to take your kids to work with you, or figure
something,
something out.
right.
Get grandma involved. I mean, get your neighbors involved. But we are got to stop supporting what they think is our culture. It's their culture, not our culture.
Yeah. It's a culture that's orchestrated. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we're not part of it anymore.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they have put this in place for decades. They've turned it up. It's on steroids now, and they're going full bore to basically. And here's the end game. Here's the end game. Get rid of 2/3 of the population and hoard the rest of them for themselves, because these people, they don't need your money anymore. You think? No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't. Like JJ and I were talking back in 2020. He was saying they don't need your fucking money. You think they need any of your money? They have so much power, so much influence, so much money. They got Cayman Island accounts, they got Swiss bank accounts, they got South African accounts, they got money here, money there. They've got all the gold. They bought up all the most of the gold.
Right.
Right?
They run
don't
the
need you.
NGOs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything we call public land is theirs
Yeah.
through the NGOs. Right.
Yeah.
They can go to places that are off limits to you and me.
All day long
Right.
and twice on Sundays. It's,
Yeah.
what we're really seeing with all the stuff that's been happening, and you and I know, and many people know because we're older. We've seen things go a little nutty here, a little wild here, a little nutty here, but this is a level beyond levels. These people are really going after it. And they just don't need us. They don't need your labor. They don't need you. They need your comments. They don't need. They have their slaves. They have their team. They have their, I don't know, their cultist demonic system. Who fucking? It could be. There's a lot of crazy shit out there.
Well, I've talked about that over on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was having we have some good conversations over there, believe it or not.
Yep.
And we were talking about, Reagan's trickle up, and where a lot of this acceleration began, where we called it trickle up, and then he was giving, he was destroying government. In other words, the government wouldn't do it. He was giving contracts to private people, right? And the government was no longer not involved.
Yeah.
So everything was a contract,
Yeah.
and so all those contracts go to the rich, right? They went to their companies, like Dick Cheney's, whatever it is,
Yeah,
that was over in Afghanistan, right? Forget the name of it. But so he started this whole thing where, they made the government smaller, supposedly, but in fact it was enriching the wealthiest people, right? And then all of a sudden there's no free lunch for students, right? Student aid is drying up, and all of a sudden people who do little jobs like waitressing, they're going to tax your tips. I mean, all of these, I mean, kind of this is mean stuff.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, I got to waitress, I bought myself a few plane tickets when I was in college from my waitressing jobs.
Yeah, it makes money.
You know, I mean, they're not going to pay you anything. They're not going to, your wage isn't nothing.
Right.
So, you make those tips and you work harder to make those tips. And I mean, Reagan really nickeled and dimed us. He whittled us down.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the start of the destruction, I think.
It happened, Lyndon John. I mean, it's been happening for a long time. But the big kicker that I tell everybody, and I've always thought this is Citizens United.
Oh yeah. Well, that
Citizens
came later. That was a little bit
that was
further down the road.
That was 2010. Obama was there in 2010. Then they complained a little bit about it, but nope, it still fucking happened. So what happened was they were able, at that point, anybody from anywhere could throw money through some way, shape, or form to start influencing our legislators, right? And that's basically what happened, and it's been terrible ever since.
Bought off.
Yeah.
Completely bought off.
Yeah, and they're all bought off.
Yeah, I mean, the acceleration has been, that was the big theme among political science people was this dark money, right? This money that could, I mean, we go from talking about campaign funding reform, right, and then all of a sudden we get this Citizens United thing, and it's out of control. I mean, it's just remarkable. Now, we thought that was bad, but look at how many psyops we have going on all at one time.
Now, yeah, it's overwhelming.
Wow. I mean, I can't turn my. I mean, I don't even have a television. I mean, but all I have to do is turn my computer on.
Oh, it's everywhere. Yeah. You don't want to watch regular television.
No, but I'll tell you, even on the
dip
internet,
in every once in a while, and I'm telling you, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
It is, and so I'll watch a little bit to get the gist. Like what was it back on December 6th when they, because I saw that when it first came out, and I'm writing at Facebook. I said, the weirdest thing has happened, right? These people are, how do you parachute? How are you not seen by Israel? And you're like taking this little balloon ride into, I'm thinking, what? And then at the same time, we've got Senator Schumer in China with his finger in Xi's chest, telling him, buddy, I don't want you talking about truces or two-state solutions, right? Because pretty much my boss says, you're had if you do, right? It's like, who the hell is running this world, right? I mean, here's Schumer. He's in China. Right. I mean, it's like I can't believe it. Here's little Senator Schumer talking to a major world head of state, telling him, oh, you can't say that. Don't you dare say a peep. Right? And you notice China's really zipped up, right? Zipped it up. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? Right? That was like the very day, like that was like the morning of this. I guess it was December 6th when that came down. But I mean, I can't, it's just crazy, right?
Well, the thing about China that is very apparent is people think that they're just this giant powerhouse. That's true. They got a lot of people there, right? But they know who the crazy people are. They know who the people are that have created things like the Gulf of Tonkin. They Vietnam, right? They how that all started. They know that they know about 9/11, how that was definitely a fucking inside job. They know that we're crazy enough to kill our own people. Okay, that's their thinking. I mean, I'm not saying that China doesn't destroy and they're not fascist authoritarian crazies right now. But the thing is we're nuts, and this is the perception that is pretty much all over the world. And then that's one of the only reasons why some countries won't come after us, because we're fucking loopy. I mean, look at what's happened. I mean, you have the drone strikes from Obama. I mean, just constantly, just drone strikes,
like
just
out of nowhere, for no reason.
For nowhere, yeah. And then and then we said that Assad chemically gassed his own people, and then we send a reporter out there that starts smelling a backpack. Oh yeah, this really smells like. Right, this is the reporter there saying that yes, they did it, but then she grabs a backpack that has this poisonous, lethal crap supposedly on it, and she starts smelling it. Oh yeah, that doesn't smell. That smells very dangerous.
Please.
I mean, well, they see the.
It's a bad movie. It's a B movie, dude.
It's a totally B movie. But the point I'm making is they know how commercialized we are as the Republic, the citizens, and a lot of us listen and pay attention to the branding, the marketing, the advertising, the logos, the public relation, and we're so absorbed and we're so easily swayed. You know, you've heard the new term mass psychosis formation, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's also the psyop that comes out, but generating the mass consent from the populace of the United States is kind of scary to a lot of countries, because we, for some reason, continue to back this craziness. There are still people out there that believe that Building 7 came down at 5:30 because of a plane crash at 9:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
well, there are people that still believe that there was a lone gunman back at the JFK assassination.
Exactly.
I mean,
no, and that's been proven to be bullshit. Robert F. Kennedy just talked. I mean, all that stuff's out.
Yeah.
So with all this, I mean, the list goes on. What is it, Tequila Mockingbird, or just there's so many different stories and variations. If you just go back, you can see how many times we've sacrificed our integrity as a country to portray or to start or create and orchestrate these wars, to orchestrate, and we got to be careful with this word, you know, fluvid-19, you know what I'm talking about, and all this other crap. This is why China's a little weird about us. This is why Russia's a little weird about it. This is why a lot of countries are a little weird about us, because of the things that we've done to our own for decades and decades.
Well, now, I vary a little on that, in that I mean, China was first out the gate with the Wuhan and the bat and all that crazy shit. I think they are way deep. They are way deep New World Order. You know, you know,
on that, yeah.
and you know, sadly, and I wish
it could be behind the whole fucking thing for all we know.
Well,
I haven't connected that part.
But here's what's interesting, because I think they're all New World Order. Okay, all of them.
Yeah. You know,
now, I'd like to think
we've penetrated.
I'd like to think that there's some kind of a schism between Putin and his oligarchs, but maybe not. We don't know.
Yeah, we know.
But a lot of people, I mean, Klaus Schwab has claimed Putin as a young global leader. Right. So what to believe, right? So I guess we just have to say they're all in on it. Okay, this is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's just starting.
But here's what's interesting. Schumer's a Zionist, right? Schumer is one of these people.
Right?
Schumer, Chuck Schumer, right? Yeah. From New York, senator from New York. Been in the Senate for years and years and years. Too long. But he is one of those dual citizenship. He's one of those. Excuse me. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. He's one of those dual citizenship Zionists.
How does that happen? It shouldn't even be illegal.
Well, no,
don't
it
get
shouldn't be. But the reality is
I'm here.
that
I'm just
he
doing
got
something. I'm still here. Keep going.
he got into Z's face
Uh-huh.
and told Z he's got to shut his trap. Right? So we're talking the Zionists are running this game, right? Maybe the whole thing. All right? Maybe the entire thing. How does somebody like Schumer? I mean, I just thought that was astounding.
Yeah, yeah. How does
An
Schumer
American
have
senator could go to Beijing.
have the clout?
Yeah, he's in on their property. He's on their ground
How
in
the
their
heck-
country,
Yeah, I
telling
get
them
it.
they have to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, he's
woo!
the senator. He's not the president. He's not the. He's not
No.
the speaker of the house.
No,
he's not the vice
it's
president.
like I
He's
thought,
just
wow,
some.
this is
He's just some bourbon drinking, backroom dealing senator.
yeah.
Right?
And so apparently he has a higher status,
Yeah.
presumably as a Zionist, not as a
Correct.
senator,
Yeah.
not as an American,
Yeah.
not even as a dual citizenship holder.
Yeah.
He's got some special status.
He's got
as a
some special
messenger.
status.
So this man is messenger from somebody to Z to tell him to shut
Yep.
the fuck up.
Exactly.
No, we're not talking two-state solution. No, we're not going to have a ceasefire, Z. So shut up.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I thought that was pretty remarkable,
Well,
frankly.
yeah, that says a lot. There are people. You know who Marsha Blackburn is?
Oh, you
She's-
mean? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
lady
she's a
senator, right?
Senator, yeah,
Yeah.
she was just blocked by Dick Durbin.
Is she from Tennessee? She
I
from
think
my
so.
state?
Yeah, I think she's Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so or somewhere over there, somewhere in the South, right? But
I think she's. See, I don't know this state very well yet, right?
but she's trying she's trying to put the vote out or to get support to release Epstein Island's client list.
Oh, honey, you know why that won't get released.
Okay,
Everybody's
I'm
on
just
it.
saying.
Everybody's on that list
Yeah,
except
yeah.
you and me.
Yeah, everybody but you and I. Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's
Yeah,
on
but
that
that's
list.
interesting that Dick Durbin, the Democrat, wouldn't he? Oh my God, he said no. We're not going to do this. So that's very telling.
Well, he's a Democrat from Illinois.
Yeah.
He's a blue
yeah.
stater.
Yeah, he's a
right?
blue state. But the thing is, there's probably a good majority of, not the majority, but I'm sure there's a few pig-lickens, I call them, rhino pig-lickens that are out there. They play that they're conservative and they really care about the country, but they don't. They're all taking the money from the WEF. But it's interesting that list is going to be held and won't be released. But here's the thing. The people that are on that list, do you think Chuck Schumer's on there?
Oh, I think they all are.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get elected. Dude, I don't think you can get elected anywhere in this country.
Yeah.
Hardly. Maybe
Unless
you
you've
can
been
be
on
dog catcher,
Yeah.
right? But I don't think you go to Washington unless you're on that list.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is good
AOC
advice.
could be on that list. Imagine that.
Yeah, probably, definitely.
AOC's probably on there,
Well,
right?
Well, there was an interview recently, and look, I like all the great stuff that Robert F. Kennedy has done, but somebody point blank asked him, "Have you been on Jeffrey Epstein's plane?" And he said twice.
Yeah.
And he said the reasons why I was with family, this, that, but he said something about his wife had a relationship with Ghislaine.
Oh yeah,
Maxwell.
no, he RFK is off my list now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Completely.
No, for sure.
Woo!
No, this is.
And then
this
he
is-
supports Israel. Okay, please.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, I can't.
Yeah,
I
you
just can't.
Yeah.
My whole circle of friends, we can't. Okay, and you know what? Who wouldn't want? I mean, maybe it's 10 years ago now,
Right.
Maybe we're retrograde, but who would not have liked to see another Kennedy in the White House? But those days are over.
It's gone.
They're over.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're gone. It's never going to come back. Whatever we had, whatever we thought we had.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad. I mean, I've mourned this stuff. I mean, I've
Yeah.
grieved over this.
Yeah.
And it's like now, it's like, well, it's gone to hell in a handbasket. And it, what are you
Pretty
going to do?
much.
What are you going to do? Well, you're going to move to a red state, for one thing.
It's everywhere. You have no people. They're not. The blue states are not even putting up the actual numbers. But there's this. I could probably play it for you, but forget it. There's a guy who does the cinematic view of all the U-Hauls since 2020
Wow.
that have all the U-Hauls that have left the blue states and gone to the red states. It's like hundreds of thousands, hundreds, maybe in the millions, and it's like a migration, like ants, like going across, and it's the cool. It's the most interesting thing to see, but it's actually factual. People are leaving these states because they know those states are going to be completely and thoroughly made for the new authoritarian regime that they're trying to create via World Economic Forum 2030 agenda. The Democrats are all in. They're all in. I think there's a few Republicans out there, just a few, that aren't in on that, but I do believe that the majority of the Republicans in our capital are already compromised. Have already probably been to fucking Epstein Island, a bunch of fucking times. Who knows? But it's just nuts what's happening to these blue states. It's just going down. I mean, my kids are in these blue states, and I'm just telling these guys, I'd like to go back there and fight for that, which I kind of tried to do when I was, 5 or 6 years ago. I tried to fight for that state, but I knew it was going down. I left. I had to leave it.
Well, I was part of that recall Gavin Newsom movement we had. And, we know we had enough people.
Yeah.
We know we had enough people. But the thing is that the game is very rigged now.
Yeah.
And
they rigged that too, for sure.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted
So
it. Nobody wanted it.
there's no getting these. I mean, I'll be surprised. I mean, I'm kind of wondering if we're going to have a 2024 election.
No, I keep telling everybody it's probably not going to happen.
Something's gonna. There's going to be
something. They're going to create something.
Yeah, but I'm wondering then if we're then in civil war after that.
Yeah,
not.
I think that'll happen. I think. Well, let's just say that there's some people that are in this country that are coming through illegally. That maybe this is just speculation, but
I know, but it's big news.
But if you put it all together, what is the best way to bring NATO or the United Nations in without really bringing them in?
Yeah.
Right? You bring them in through the border, and then as soon as the shit hits the fan and there's not going to be a vote and puppet Pedo Joe decides to create martial law, everybody fucking goes ballistic, and then all of a sudden these blue white hats or whatever, they just start popping up out of it.
The blue vans are everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're shooting at you. They're not peaceful.
No, not peaceful.
Right?
No, it's a shoot to kill thing. So that's my biggest concern right now, and this could get really, really crazy. So the only thing that's keeping this place somewhat sane, but hasn't really done anything, in my opinion, is the House, because the House has the majority barely, right, which is interesting to me. But they're kind of the watchdogs at this point. They're not. Nothing's been done. Nobody's in jail. People are still doing the crazy shit out there. It's just nuts. So nothing is really happening, and that's part of the title of this. The World Economic Forum is still winning? Question mark? Yeah, I think they are. I think their agenda is still pushing forward. I don't think anything's changed.
Well, now let me ask you. It just occurred to me. I mean,
Go
just a second. I hadn't thought of it before, but just something that you said just kind of helped it pop into my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's possible that there's some little skirmishes between patriots and the government going on somewhere, somehow now? Possibly? That might be, I mean, I don't know if it's possible or not, but I'm just wondering. I find it hard to believe that a real red-blooded American man, and I don't mean beta male, I mean alpha male.
Yeah, yeah.
I find it hard to believe that alpha males haven't gotten together. And I mean, of course, it's not going to be on the nightly news,
No.
but I'm wondering if there
they're growing. That's all
aren't
I
some
can say
pockets.
all I can say is I've seen stuff on TikTok. I've been approached a few times. Are you interested? And I'm like, when it comes time, I'll let you know. Okay, that's all I have to say. But the thing is there's 14 million. No, there's more than that. Let me see. There's 73 million Americans that have at least 2 or 3 firearms. By the way, and there are 24 million. I don't know, veterans out there. Most of them having firearms. Let's just hope that the Republicans that are in office now start putting handcuffs on, like the FBI, Chris Ray, Mayorkas. Who's the other? Nolan from the DOJ. Anyway, starts doing something. I'm sick of these dog and pony shows. Oh, you're a shithead. You're a liar. You're a shithead. You're a liar. It's just baloney. Congressional hearings, right? Committee hearings, just ridiculous. Doing nothing. But yeah, there are people right now that I know that are gearing up, and they know.
Well, I wondered. I mean, my question really was if. I mean, of course, we can't answer it. I mean,
yeah,
I'm glad I don't know because I might mouth off somewhere and give it away,
yeah.
right? I mean,
I just know it's being done.
You know what I
I've been
mean? I
approached,
think
that's
there
all.
might be this extreme veil.
I didn't
of
like the way they
secrecy.
approached me, though. It's almost like it was like too blatant. It's like that's not the way you approach people. It could have been bullshit
Yeah,
for all I know.
well, but you know what you did, you said the right thing. When you kept it real under wraps. Well, when it's time, I'll let you know because, I mean, who knows? If you said yes, maybe they're really Democrats and they're going to arrest you for
Exactly. You don't know.
terrorism. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So, but I'm just thinking that, I mean, not every male is running around in a dress. I mean, that I can't even fathom that. Okay. I mean, this is such a small minority that's taken over our televisions, taken over the media, flashing these ugly, hairy legs, wearing these unbelievable. I mean, they look like wigs, right? They look like men dressing as women. I mean, come on.
That's what they are.
Yeah, because that's what they are.
Oh.
So I'm thinking this is, I mean, I would be, if I were a man, I would be ready to shoot somebody in the head, frankly.
Oh,
I
shit.
would be really ready. It's like, you know what? No. Just no.
Yeah, not on my watch, right? Not on my watch.
Right, not at all. So, and I'm not even I'm not a guy. So it's like, if I find it that
There's
appalling.
women out there that have groups that are banding together. By the way.
Well, I mean, it's so that's my question. I think we can't answer it.
Nah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Which is that there is quite possible.
All I
that
know is
there
they know where
are-
to find me if they need
Yeah.
me.
I think it's quite possible right now that there might be some skirmishes.
Everybody knows where to find me. I'm a fucking
Yeah, I know,
book.
right?
I'm not afraid.
I'm on the internet way too often.
Yeah,
Right?
me too.
I really am. If they don't know where I am, then
Oh, they all know. Yeah.
know.
Well, the wrong people know exactly
yeah, the
where
wrong
you are.
people. Wrong people know.
The right
but
people
I'm thinking that
know how to
maybe
find it.
things haven't progressed at quite the speed
Right.
these predator class people would like it to, because there may have already been some out in the open fights.
Oh, yeah. I've
There
heard
could
a
have,
few
there could
things.
be. I mean, how would we know? We would never know.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that I get. Cheryl, she's not here tonight, but I'm not going to be on too much longer. But the thing is she sends me stuff about, well, they just captured these people here, and they took down this, and that person now is just a clone, and all this pretty weird.
Yeah, I know.
shit.
I have a hard time with that stuff.
Yeah.
I like, but I put it on the back burner. I don't
No,
forget.
No, I don't forget it. Look, these days, dismiss anything.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I
Me
mean,
either.
you'd be silly not to do that. But the thing is I've heard this for the past 2 or 3 years that they're already arresting people and these things are happening. The people that are in are not really the right people and they're going to do this and da da da. And no. When I see, I will believe it.
I'm that way too.
No, I will believe things have changed for the better when I'm buying bacon for $1.99.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting,
Yep.
in 2018-19, I was buying 3 to 4 T-bone steaks, half-inch to an inch thick for less than $20. Right? When that happens, then I think we're starting to win. That's, things are changing for the better. But right now, no. No.
Well, it's like I said, there might be some skirmishes, but the problem is
I don't think
that
so.
we've had some major sabotage that went
Internal.
unrevenged I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, why isn't someone watching these distribution centers and
Yeah.
I can't
All that stuff.
understand
Yeah.
how so many people seem to be going along. I mean, what's the point?
It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing.
It is.
The weirdest thing that I've seen is how meek, malleable, and obedient people have become to the powers that be.
That's
I
so
mean, if I'm at work, I'm going to follow the rules. I just, follow the rules, do your thing. That's my job, right? I get that. And then, when I drive on the streets, don't drive on the left side of the road. You're going to kill somebody. I get that, But when it comes to all these other things that are happening out there, that legislators, judiciaries, executives, and department heads are doing, like the Department of Justice, they're hiding and they won't release, Hunter Biden's laptop. Why? Why would you hold that information?
Well, they're getting by with it, aren't they?
I know that's
They're
the
getting
thing.
by with this stuff.
Yeah. So my point is, where I'm getting to is, there is no Department of Justice right now. There really is no FBI. There really is no Homeland Security that cares about the American people, the public, the Republic of the United States of America. They don't care about us. There's a group of people out there, and it's all over the world, as you've heard.
Just a
Klaus-
mob.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just
yeah,
a
yeah.
mob.
Well, Klaus Schwab has said we've penetrated over 3,000 world leaders across the globe. He bragged
And
about
their
that.
governments. And their governments.
And their governments, right? Which means that, and then he brags about Putin and all these other people, blah 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 blah. But it really means that the people in these governments aren't really running our government. They're not. They're running it, but they're not the ones in charge. They're not, like you were saying earlier. I mean, who's Chuck Schumer? How does that guy become so fucking powerful to go talk to Xi Jinping, right, and tell him what to fucking do? How does this little stupid senator, Chucky the Shoe, they call him, right, be able to do that shit? Well, because he has some very big players behind him,
Yes, he does.
pulling his strings like the good
Yeah,
puppet.
he's the
that
messenger.
He's
Don't
a
shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a messenger. He was there to tell them where to go, how to do it, and stuff like that. And then China knows that we're fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, we're pretty fucking crazy country. I mean,
Well, I bet they went. Well, I don't know how they control. Well, they do manage to control their people, but we look presumably free to watch television, and the television is like the TV in The Prisoner. That TV show back in the 60s where everything coming on the television is, the man telling you who you are, what to do, right?
Yeah.
So we've got people addicted to that television telling them who they are, what to do, and they do it. They do it. And then the TV tells them just anything, right? Safe and effective. Meanwhile, their neighbor just came back from getting a jab and died of a heart attack. Right? It's like,
no.
look around, buddy. Look around. I mean,
oh gosh, you said the word jab. Okay.
yeah. Does that mean something?
It's I should tell you before, but all these videos go on Odyssey. I put them on Rumble, and they still stay up on Facebook and X, right? X.
What the hell?
But the thing is if you say certain things, the algorithms, like the Sentinels and the movie.
Yeah, they come and bite your ass.
They come and
bite into your little ship you're using to survive.
Yeah, my little tiny ship that I've had, and I'm not getting paid by Pfizer to do this. I'm not getting paid by Enron to do this. I'm not getting paid by, any corporation. I do this because I give a shit about my kids. I give a shit about my neighbors. I give a shit about this country. And I give a shit about you, Carrie, for sure. And by the way, I want to let you know, you seem better. The conversations we had when you were in Mexico, California, I don't know where you were, but it's just, you seem like you're just like a new person. It's just really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like
you look
that.
like you got a lot of energy. You seem safer. It's like you got this, like a feeling of, I don't know, it just seems better.
Well, I'm. It's just really different here now. I'm glad to hear that, but I'll have to compute it still, right?
Yeah, but is it different? Is the environment different?
It is.
People are different?
So, well,
yeah.
It's so completely different.
Yeah.
It's so completely.
Zombies in California, zombies in Washington.
Well, now, see, I really love California. I love California. I adore You know what? Yeah. Now, I'm going to say something, and it's going to rile them up. But you know what? Don't tell me there's some beautiful place in Tennessee or anywhere out here in Michigan.
Yes.
Nothing compares to California. That is the most beautiful state in the frickin' world, probably.
Yeah, it's got everything.
It is a beautiful place. There is nothing, and I'm sorry to Tennessee. I'm sorry to everybody in the other 49 states.
Yeah. Except for Hawaii. Except for Hawaii.
Well, I was in Hawaii. All right, this is my opinion. Let's call it my opinion.
Here's the great thing about California is I used to go surfing in the morning, get off of work about 3, go hit the night skiing, which is only 45 minutes away.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just cool.
But there is no. People they think an overlook, like where you. It's like no.
We need to go get that fucking state back, man.
You know what I mean? There is nothing. This is a beautiful place.
Let's go get that state back. Let's go.
Damn those damn people! I want my state back.
Yeah, you know what? I've been thinking about this. I keep telling people get the fuck out of California, but maybe we need to go back and start fighting for California.
But here's the problem. They're going
to lock you up if they'll lock.
Here is this Bill Gates, dude. I think I told you a couple of times.
Right. What?
Here's Bill Gates in July, August of 2021, right? Buying the most expensive house money can buy in Del Mar, right in San Diego.
43 million.
Yeah. There's one more house that's more expensive, but it wasn't.
Climate change czar.
Yeah.
Buys a house.
$43 million, dude. The man is showing off.
Yeah, but his house.
I'm telling you, with an operating system,
Yeah, but here's the thing. He promotes climate change as it's the most dangerous, and water's supposed to be raising at levels. He's with Gore, he's with Kerry, all these people. But then in 2021, he buys a house that's 20 yards from sea level,
right,
of the ocean, of the Pacific Ocean. Yeah. If that isn't a slap in the fucking face of a dumb motherfucker.
People, hey, let's connect some dots here, right?
How does that not?
But here, the problem is trying to root out these billionaires, and then they're way beyond billionaire.
He's powerful, but he's not as powerful.
Trying to root these people out.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do it? I mean, you need tanks. We need a
Yeah.
damn army.
Yeah.
Okay, to get these
Well,
people out of there.
The plan
You know?
is, let me tell you the plan. I'm getting a bunch of people. We're going out to fucking Area 51. We're going to grab a bunch of those spaceships and we're going to start incinerating people.
Well, we need control of those DEWs. Okay?
Yeah, we need control of those direct energy.
I mean,
weapons.
we can direct it exactly where Bill Gates' new house is. Ooh, right?
Right. Here's a suntan for you, Bill.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? There's nothing here that even compares to the
Yeah.
beauty of California. It's
I
a
like,
beautiful.
you know why where I'm at, Missouri is really nice. Missouri.
Well, it's nice. Hey, Tennessee's
West
nice too.
Yeah, well, West Virginia was really cool, but the problem with West Virginia is there's cracks and crevices, so the amount of sunlight you got was very minimal. You only got about 4 or 5 hours of sunlight. Missouri's somewhat flat, so the sun comes up 6 a.m. and it goes down at fucking 9 o'clock, and you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Missouri's very nice. It's really cool. But here's the other great thing about Missouri is everything's in it is not as expensive everywhere else. It's very much like Tennessee as far as the prices are concerned. But the great thing is it's in the middle of everything. So if I want to fly to Florida, it doesn't cost that much. If I want to fly to New York, it doesn't cost. If I want to fly to California or Washington, whatever, because you're kind of in the middle. You're not flying across the country.
Yeah, I know.
So that's good. But yeah, definitely California is beautiful. I think
Beautiful place.
I want to go back. I want to try to help those people, but
Love it.
but the problem with California and the mentality and how they're all brainwashed, they're the most meek, malleable, and obedient slaves that are out there right now. It's bad,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. And they'll fucking turn on you. There are people. There was somebody the other day that was driving in a fucking car, windows rolled up, with a mask on, in Missouri, right? But in California, there are people. There are like one in every 20 cars has somebody in a mask. In West Missouri, in Missouri, you'll have you'll have one in like every 5,000 people. You see, there's a difference. So it was just very odd for me to see somebody in a mask, just a couple of weeks ago.
Well,
But,
frankly, you know what? I can't afford to live in California.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
I just that's the big thing is that
Yeah.
when people like Bill Gates come in, you're done.
He should be
I
in
mean,
jail.
we're talking super gentrification.
Oh, totally.
I can't afford anything.
No, nobody can.
I can
That's
now.
why most people
I can get food stamps. They have a lot of discounts for seniors in California,
Yeah.
but that's assuming you can
doesn't do
afford
anything.
your rent.
Yeah.
Rents are like they start at $1,800 a month. Okay,
Just for one
and that's
bedroom.
yeah,
One
in a
bedroom.
trailer
Or
park.
In a
trailer
in the
park.
worst, or like in Santa Ana, right?
Yeah.
Here's what happened. I had a 4-bedroom condo, an HOA in Stanton. You know where Stanton is? Stanton, California. Stanton. It's like it's between LA and Orange County. It's like right there next to Anaheim.
Okay.
It's just
I know
just
Anaheim.
east of Anaheim, Stanton. I had a 4-bedroom condo, 2-car garage. Bought it for I don't know. I think I got it for $128,000 back in 1998 or 9 or something like that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then I sold it, and then I picked up a track home that was smaller per square footage, the house, but but it had land. It had room for a pool in the back, whatever, all kinds of big front yard. And I bought that for like 183 or 200,000, and then I sold it for 283. Anyway, that same house, my last house, is now selling for $950,000, and that's one of the that's the mid price. There's houses in that.
You
stack.
can't in San Diego County. You can't touch any house for less than 1.5 million.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean they're all. I mean what used to be
Yeah.
just a track home. Just a middle class, a place where you'd raise your family, right?
Right.
Neighborhood sort of place. 1.5 million. right? Now, if you want luxury, now if you want a fancy house,
Right.
I mean, you're in the 3 million, 4 million,
How
right?
are people even surviving?
I don't know. I couldn't do it anymore.
The stories that happened in Hawaii were, and this was like 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. It was getting so expensive because prices were going up so fast in Hawaii. Blue state, there you go, right? So it was going up so fast that people were moving in with each other. Families moving, people. You had 2 or 3 families living in one 2 or 3 or 4 bedroom house, right? That same scenario has been happening for the past few years in California.
Yes, it has.
You know, you have roommates that are getting 2 bedrooms, but they're bunking, so there's 4 people, just so they can afford to live in their houses, in their apartments, in their wherever they're living, and it's just really sad. You know, whatever system that the Democrats think they have, that they believe is winning, isn't fucking winning, man. Because when Trump was in office, and by the way, I'm voting for Trump, and I'll tell you why. I don't know if you know why, because he deserves to be in. They stole the fucking thing from him, right? So
I believe that. You know, I don't believe any of that shit. January 6th didn't happen. I mean, it really.
Yeah, it was all. It was That's so apparent.
It was whatever happened was staged. Okay, as far as I can tell.
It was all staged, but I think I kind of lost my point or my train of thought. But in regards to California, when you're going back and you're seeing, and I think now I'm going back too far. I was talking about Trump. Okay, I hate when that happens. There's so much in here. There's so much in it. But now, in regard, I got to go back to California. So in San Diego and where you're talking about in those areas, and why it's just super expensive. So I'm thinking, like when I was 2016, 17, 18, 19, right? Trump started to take office. Everything just, it was cheaper. It was better. I was able to drive across the country. I was able to pay for this. I was able to pay for that. You know, I hear this big thing about capitalism is so bad, but it's weird because there's a free market and then there's capitalism, and capitalism is evil and bad and all these other things. But I think it just depends on how we, and everybody hates this word when it comes to capitalism, if you're a serious capitalist, and I know JJ hated this word, how you oversee capitalism.
Right? Well, dude, I grew up in a small town community. Everybody was self-employed.
Yeah.
You think that if these commie Democrats continue what's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, now here, I'm living in Tennessee. This is a farm state.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? It's a tale told by an idiot. You think you're going to collectivize these highly individualized people who can raise their own food?
Yeah.
I mean, these people don't need you for shit.
Not here in Missouri.
All right. So you're going to have to bring a military out here to collectivize these people.
Exactly.
Don't try to tell me. I mean, come on, this communism shit is idiotic.
It's fucking crazy.
It's fucking stupid. I mean, I grew up in the country, not here. I'm a Yankee originally.
Right.
But country people, now city people, they stay indoors. They don't know where their food comes from, and they don't have a porch. They don't have a yard. You can brainwash city people into believing anything.
Exactly.
But this country has been, at least in the past, primarily rural.
Yeah.
And you're not going to collectivize American people. I'm sorry.
Not going to happen.
We can raise our own food. Yeah. We can go where we want, do what we want. We have property. And you're not going to take it from us because we have a gun. I mean, it's
Thank
a
God
tale.
we still got
You
that.
know, I'm quoting Shakespeare. It's a tale told by an idiot. All right. Marx is an idiot when you compare him to the truth of being on the ground in this country. Okay. Now, I'm not saying we haven't had a struggle with the wealthy. We've always had a struggle with the wealthy.
You're
All right,
gonna
the
have some-
wealthy are just fucking greedy, mad, insane people. Okay, they just are.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and they get in league with the very poor. Okay, they get in league with the people at the other end of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
So this is where you get this middle class. If it hadn't been for the American middle class, I wouldn't be educated.
Right.
I wouldn't know how to read or write or do arithmetic.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot to be said for the working people of the middle class in this country, and I will defend it with my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
The real fighters.
Yeah, because you know what, you don't slap me with this Marxist bullshit.
I know, right?
That's just
Yeah.
it's just idiotic. I mean, I didn't grow up in the city. I haven't been in prison. You know, those cities are like prisons.
They are. I've been there. I lived
All
there for
these
a while.
apartment buildings. Yeah, I lived in New York City for a while.
Yeah.
Everybody you're like rats on a shelf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty bad.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
well-
you know what? It's a prison. These people are already in prison.
So they're
Okay.
just, it's not a big stretch for them to be fully authoritarianized in a sense.
No,
right?
it isn't.
it's not
It
a big-
isn't
it's not a big
because
stretch.
they don't have shit. They've
Yeah.
got a television to tell them what to do.
Oh yeah.
They don't have a yard. You can hardly have a dog. Okay.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
they have a fish. I don't know. But these people, but they've been fine,
Maybe
right?
they have a fish, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
maybe that's all. Maybe they have to eat that fish too. I don't know. But,
They're
right.
They're probably
but
soon
I
gonna
tell
have to.
people, I tell people they don't have anything to say. I tell them on Facebook. I said, yeah, that's idiotic. I mean, come over here in Tennessee, and you
Yeah.
come
Tell
over
somebody
here
in
and try to
Missouri.
collectivize us. That's bullshit, right?
Yes. Yeah, do that in Missouri. Do that in Wyoming. Do that
Yeah,
in Texas. Do
I
that in
try
Oklahoma.
it. Just
Good
try
luck.
it. And
Good
you get
fucking
these,
luck.
you get these
Alabama, good
talking
luck.
heads. These blue state city people. Blah blah
Blah,
blah.
blah, blah,
Class
blah.
warfare. Blah blah.
Racist, Nazis.
It's like, no, I don't. It's I really I don't think capitalism is the problem, because capitalism allows you can be self-employed.
Exactly.
The problem is that we've had a group of people take over our government and
Yeah.
take over the system. They run the system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can raise taxes. They can put your little business out of business.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a, so it's not about capitalism, right?
Yeah.
And if communism, I mean, there may be a communist country that functions well. I don't know. But all I can tell you is that all you need are a small group of fascists
I don't know.
with the power and the money to do it, and they can infiltrate your government, and it's over.
Pretty much like what's happening now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing that really gets me about the problem with people say capitalism is the root of it. Money is, I was with somebody that money is the root of all. It's a tool. Money is just a tool. There are people out there that I know that know how to use money to their advantage. They're called day traders. I know people that know how to use money to purchase, to use it in many different ways. Kiyosaki, I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, brilliant book.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's really good.
Yeah,
actually.
he's really good. He's warned us about a lot of this
I
stuff.
don't have a gift with money. I have to say.
I'm working on that still. I'm working on that. I'm gonna try.
You know what?
I've got a few more
I have a
years left.
church here, and I tithe in my church. I give to God first.
There you go. Give it to
Right?
God.
So
That's what
so I
say.
figure I'm covered. Maybe I'm covered.
No,
You know what I
that's
mean?
what I say. Just give it to God. If you got any problems,
Give
everything's
it,
gonna
tithe.
work.
You got to tithe. You got to give up your
Yeah,
10%, and you're covered, right?
Yeah.
So
You're
I'll
covered.
never get rich, and that's okay. I just want to eat, have a bed to sleep in at night, right?
Yeah. God. Do you have grandkids or anything like that, or
Do I have what?
grandkids or grandkids?
No,
or-
I never married.
Oh, I did.
you know.
You know what I think?
Which
I
is,
forgot.
it's
Sorry.
well, it's where America is, and it should not be.
Right.
There are a lot of women that didn't marry. We got sold on the Depop. We got sold on all of their bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And
okay.
and
I know what
what
you're saying.
people need to marry younger, have their children, and
Yeah.
then pursue a career. It's
Yeah.
totally ass backward to try to do it the other way.
Exactly. I
It's
freaking thought
ass
about that.
backward,
I
right?
should have, when I was younger, I should have fucking started that shit, made it happen. Because I'm not going to get into the details, but what I'm saying is, had I done it that way, I would be sitting pretty. That's all I'm saying. But I can't change and go back in time.
I know, but you know what? I belong to a church where the young people they're getting married young.
Good.
And the whole
Have
idea,
a lot of freaking kids.
and they're having a lot of kids.
Good.
And then later they're going to go finish your education.
Yeah, stuff like that.
know,
Yeah, raise the family first. Take
become a
care.
painter or
Yeah.
philosopher or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Go
this,
to Egypt, whatever you want to do. Do that later. But
whatever world traveler, whatever.
Yeah.
But I got caught up. Like there are a lot of single older women now.
exactly, they get
A
caught up
lot
in
of
that.
them.
Well, you shouldn't do anything till you're about 30 or something years
Right.
old. And I'm like, what?
And you know what? I had suitors all the time until 30. I hit 30 and all of a sudden
They just dropped it up. They disappeared.
it's like,
Yeah.
what happened to all the guys?
Yeah.
You know, what they were promoting in the culture.
Yes, correct.
What they were no, we cannot follow the culture. You cannot follow the culture.
Right.
You have to follow common sense.
Yeah.
You have to follow some basic Christian
Your heart,
principles.
or just God and just your internal. I call it your animal instincts, right? Your
Yes.
just core animal instincts. Hey, I'm young. I want to, do this, and looks like having a family looks like fun. Let's fucking do
the
it.
chances of your marriage lasting when you marry young, because you have a lot of
Are
experience.
greater.
Like my mother and father married young,
Yeah.
and they were best friends, and I mean,
Yeah.
till the day they died.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's what we're seeing, and that's what we saw in the older generation. They
It's
got
coming
married
back.
young.
It's coming back.
Their husbands are best friend. Their wives are best friend.
Yeah.
They raised children together. And I mean, I'm not saying anybody's perfect, but I'll tell you what, in my little town, people aren't crazy.
No.
They're not even crazy today.
No.
Okay. Because they had normal families, right?
Yeah.
They had it was just normal.
Yeah.
You get married, you have kids and all this stuff. But there are an awful lot of women now,
Yeah.
right? We got sold on free sex. Sex isn't free, right?
Yeah,
And the
no.
more
No,
the
it's
more
fucking not.
partners
I'm
you
telling you.
have, the harder it is to get married and stay together because you're comparing all the time,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's like there's something to these 10 commandments. I'm telling you, there really
Oh,
is.
for sure. I'm with you.
It's the best way to go. Now I learned that too late. Okay, I just
Yeah.
learned it too late, and I've done my grieving, and it is what it is, and there's no going back. But I'll preach that now. I preach that now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's
And I'm
weird-
hearing
weird.
these.
Yeah, it's weird now how it's like I've seen the light, right? I'm not super, I need to go to church more. I'm telling you, but the thing is there's a fundamental, solid grounding mechanism to the religion, right? For many, right? And there's a few of them out there, but some of these. Remember when the Muslims and the Christians and even some of the Jews were fighting against? The Catholics were fighting against the transvestites doing pole dancing in their classroom in front of their kids. They were banding together because they had core values. Because
They do.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? And I think that's important for people to have these
Well,
conservative
here's the
core
thing. I
values.
think all religions can agree that family's your base.
Yeah, there it is, bingo.
Family's your base. You got to have a mom and dad. You have kids.
Yeah.
You have extended family. You got relatives living near you. That's your tribe, and they're gonna defend you with their lives.
Until one of them becomes like a Rachel Maddow. Yeah.
Mad cow, a
Mad,
Rachel
a mad,
cow.
yeah, I've got one that's a Rachel Mad Cow person that just
Well,
destroyed
I think
our
there's
family.
one in every family.
But this one is, oh man, I don't. It's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
It's crazy.
But that,
She
you
had
know,
us
that
all. She had
happens.
us all fooled. She had us all fooled. Yeah, but we're gonna do better. Hey, I got a question for you. Do you mind coming back on in the future?
Oh, this. I mean, for some reason, this was just perfect. Partly because I still I tutor a child in California at this, right.
Oh, okay.
It works well. Like I can tutor in Tennessee all day, and then
Nice.
at night at 7 is still 4 o'clock in California,
Ah,
right?
that's true. Yeah.
So I can take I have my California students in the evening.
Uh-huh,
It
that's
works out
cool.
perfectly.
That is
Yeah.
pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna get moving, but I want to say it's awesome to have you on, Carrie.
Thank
Come
you.
back again. I might be on tomorrow, the next day. I got time. I've got this new career. I'm doing insurance with farmers. It's supplemental stuff, but it's working out so far. And it's just freeing a lot. It's freeing.
Got to make a living, dude.
Yeah, but here's the thing: these farmers are awesome. Look, I'm telling you right now, without farmers, this country would be shit. Would be shit. And let's just remember, if you see a farmer, pat him on the back. And that's all I'm saying. Say
I
thank you.
agree.
You say
The salt of the earth.
Farmers and truckers should be treated just like servicemen. Thank you for your service, right? Thank you for your service, in my opinion. Anyway, thank you for being here. I'm going to say Tulu, aloha, mahalo nui aloha. Take care.
Aloha,
I'll let you know
mahalo, whatever.
Yeah, and if you have anybody else that wants to stop by and come by and talk about, shooting the shit basically on Montauk, have them come by. But right now, my push is to get people to do whatever they can to protect Trump. That's what I'm doing.
You know what? My whole church is now. It's on me, but I still have a little bit of a problem with that man. But that's me.
Yeah. He's not perfect, but
nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's saying a lot of the right things.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid if we can't get someone like that in Washington, we're gone. We're just gone.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not sure if he's even going to make it there. That's my biggest concern.
I know. I
that
wonder.
we won't even have an election because they're
this has got to be our next conversation, James.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Trump has to be our next conversation.
Yeah, that's a good. Let's do that. Send me some information. Anything you have, I'll stay in touch with you. And if you have anybody else who wants to stop by, please let them do. The more the merrier. Make it a ohana, make it a luau. Roast the pig out of the ground. I'm kidding. Okay. Aloha. Bye-bye.
But you better get your screen up with the pig roasting behind you.
I used to do that. I used to do that in Hawaii. I'll tell you about it sometime. Take care. Aloha.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All
Good
right.
seeing you. Take
Bye.
care.
Thank you.